Adam, first of all, it's the final game of the season coming up here, but what a season it's been. I don't know if you're aware, but this is only the second time York City have finished in the top two in the league, forgetting that COVID season. It must fill you with immense pride to be sort of in that kind of history record.
Yeah, I think it's something that probably reflects on, when the season's done, when that final ball's done. But even then, I'm not one to, sit and pat me and the players and all the coaching staff on the back. I think what you do then is you then gear up for the next season and put all your efforts into trying to come back and be even better. So, yeah, I think there'll be a small period where maybe the end of June and sat on my sun lounger somewhere and you reflect on a bad little season that, but other than that, I'm not one to pat myself on the back too much and think too much about that. Just focus on what we can control, and that's the next game, and then in the summer I'll be focusing on being better next season.
You spoke about your disappointment on the draw at Oldham on the Bank Holiday Monday previously. Your team went out and won 2-0 against Solihull. You must sort of pleased that you sort of didn't have a dip in form again towards the end of the season.
No, yeah, really pleased with that. I thought the performance was a lot more like us, a lot more entertaining. We took a couple of lessons from that Oldham game and tried to put it right for Solihull, and I thought we did that. There was lots of freedom from the team, a couple of players playing in new positions that worked well, and they seemed to give them a new lease of life, if you like, playing in those positions. So, yeah, all round really pleased. I thought the scoreline could have been a bit more emphatic on the day, but at the same time, to beat Solihull 2-0 here is a really good result.
And you come into this final game of the season away at Eastleigh. It's a long trip down south. No places to play for, but it's still another 3 points up for grabs, and there's so much else to play for other than league places.
Yeah, there is. Our full focus is on Eastleigh, and we want to finish the season well. We want to finish on 96 points if we can, and I'm sure Eastleigh will be looking to finish the season so they can get a bit of momentum to take into next season as well. So although on paper it looks like there's not much to play for both teams because positions are probably done, and the footballing world don't allow you. We've got near on 700 fans travelling from York to Eastleigh, which is a fair old away. So with that kind of support, you can't just take any game lightly. You have to give your all, and I think that's the key message really for the players and for all of us, is that this club doesn't allow you to have off days.
You've had sort of a 9-day break between that Solihull game and this Easter game, and you're going to have another break before the player safe foul. How do you sort of deal with these long breaks and sort of manage it with the players? Yeah,
it's, I think, a fine balancing act between giving them rest and too much workload. So I think if you overwork them, then you've got the risk of spiking and getting injury. You want them to rest and deload for a bit, and then we'll pick it up. But I think we've got a bit of a schedule together already on what it looks like. But I think it's got that mixture of the two things that we need, like I say, the hard work and the rest, and incorporating the both. We want them to enjoy a bit of rest so it can freshen them up. At the same time, we don't want them to get too comfortable and too relaxed. So we'll definitely be resting and then ramping everything up. Almost put stuff back a little bit longer, but try and keep it as normal as possible as well.
Touch on AC a bit more. What do you expect from them coming into this game? Because the form's been a bit rocky of late.
A real tough team to play against. We've always struggled in recent meetings to try and break them down, and Barnet were no different at home. Found it difficult to break them down. So they're real, tough when they play against the teams in the top six. They tend to be tough to break down and play against. So expecting a difficult afternoon, and we know that we can't afford to be anything but at our best to get anything from the game.
Yeah, I mean, you've just said it there that you've not been particularly great against them in previous meetings. Your last one was a 0-0 draw here. I guess you'll be hoping to score a few more goals and send the fans with something to cheer about.
Yeah, I think even the game here towards the end of last season as well, I think we struggled to break them down and score, and probably had a lot of the ball. So yes, probably think we'll have a lot of the ball again, but it's all right having possession. It's about what you're going to do with that possession. So yeah, that's our work and that's our focus come Monday.
And just on the team news, has everyone come through all right from Saturday, and is anyone coming back from injury?
No, yeah, all come through well. Dippo is only sort of one, how he might respond to getting his run out, but he's obviously come back, scored a goal, so his confidence is booming, and with that, any sort of slight little knocks that you do get or a bit of tightness seems to go away a little bit quicker. So yeah, really pleased how he's come back. And then Ryan's, I think, the only noticeable absentee. Just taking him a bit longer. Felt a slight tweak in the area, so we just sort of like deloaded him a bit, and then we'll reassess it come Monday. And Paddy's just had an injection into his Achilles. He's had a bit of a problem with that all season, so we're hoping that this injection, he's in a boot for a week, and then that will really help him and become pain-free and help him be ready.
And I don't know if you know this, but York City have had an average away attendance of about 700 this season, so it's been pretty good support throughout the season, as we've spoke about on many occasions. There's going to be a good number as well at Eastleigh on the final day. How much do you sort of appreciate that support?
No, really, 700 average on going away, and there's a lot of games down south, so I think only when you come up to York and you see how far some of these games are and how far they have to travel, how much expense, how much time, effort it takes the supporters to come to these places. Just blown away by their support, and we want to, because of that, I think you've got to give your all to the game, and we really appreciate it. I'm sure they'll come, they'll bring the noise like they always do and get behind the team, and when they do that, more often than not, they get a response from the players on the pitch. So yeah, from all my staff, all the players, everyone that's been to support York City away from home and at home this year, we're just really grateful and really thankful, and hopefully one last push and we can send them home happy on Monday.